Well, Indonesia is the G20 members. By definition, our economy in terms of size is within the what you call it the largest 20 country in the world. We are actually now in the nominal GDP is actually on a 16, but if you are measuring in purchasing power parity, we are actually closer to the 10th. I think in terms of the economic performance, Indonesia is among the best on the G20. You measure in terms of growth, we are number 3 highest after India and China. In terms of inflation stability, I think we are very sound. If you look at our fiscal policy, the deficit as well as the exposure to the debt, we are maybe among the lowest among the G20. So I think Indonesia has a good, strong fundamentals, and that's why within this kind of forum, especially since this the G20 at the leaders level established post the global financial crisis, the Indonesia can actively participate in this kind of meeting and trying to advocating a good policy, sound policy to make the progress of the economy of all the G20 country and globally to become better quality growth, more inclusive, addressing the issue which is not only purely achieving higher growth, but how we are going to be able to include all those left behind so that they are going to be able to enjoy the same prosperity. I think this is this topic which Indonesia own country also addressing, but we are ready with many of program domestically, and we are willing to participate in the discussion in the G20 and advocating a good policy. This is especially true for today's G20 hosted by the Germany government, because the environment at the global level today is very confusing. There is no longer one single direction of policy which is adopted and agreed by the G20 member. There is quite a lot of divergence and differences, and that's why the more country which has already performing well have a reasonable voice, I think this is going to be able to shape the policy direction and hopefully can then create a good agreement and credible commitment by the leaders to lead the global economy in the better direction. Indonesia definitely is a country who actually in a different opposite but complementary to the European. But Indonesia definitely still need to learn quite a lot. For example, if you talk about productivity on a technical side, European and especially German as a country has actually have a quite a strong, high reputation in actually building the country toward more technical competence, and the engineering capacity is actually very well known. In fact, actually, one of our president is actually very known as the scientist engineer who actually back to Indonesia. So on that kind of thing, the cooperation can be very complementary between the Indonesian economy or ASEAN in general with the European or Germany in this case. Vocational training, engineering, technical school, I think this is the area that the Germany as well as European could offer, while the Indonesia will be able to offer more population which is still young and vibrant with a growth which actually very strong. That then can be create a much better both trade, investment, and capital flow relationship, which is I think is very complementing to each other.